Welcome. I've decided to do, is it time to stay or time to go? And this could be for work or relationships, friendships, setting boundaries, all things like that. It's time to continue on as it is, or it's time to change it up. So pile one is Chevron Amethyst. Pile two is Angel Aura. Pile three is Obsidian. This is a beautiful obsidian. Got silver flecks in it. I'll give you a minute to take a peek. So is it time to stay or time to move on or change what isn't working? So right now I'm getting that you're struggling with balance to have things flowing easily with work or relationships, whatever it is for you. And also there's a fork in the road right now for you. It's time for you to make a decision one way or the other. And, you know, when we're making a decision in our life, we should always go to our heart center. We should always go to, rather than processing and saying, oh, well, what if, or yes, I want to do this, but, and then you start processing over and over in your head, and then you're not following your heart. And you're definitely at a crossroads right now. And it's time now to really look at the truth. So what is true for you? Is staying true or going true? So that's something that you have to really, really look at in this situation. We'll go deeper as we get more cards, but it's time to, you know, find the balance, because you're struggling with balance. You're struggling with balance with life and work or relationship issues, or, you know, setting boundaries in friendships. And yeah, okay, we had a whole pile fall out here. Okay, this one landed upward. So many challenges right now in this situation. And what I'm getting is you have some blocks, you have some fears. So if I stay, I have to deal with the things that are happening all the time that's wanting me to go, or and I should say, and or you have the fears of, you know, what if something, you know, better doesn't come along? What if I can't survive? What if? There's so many questions going through your mind, and what I am getting is you're betraying yourself, you're betraying your soul, because ultimately your soul knows that, you know, what will make it happy. So when we're making decisions, what will make you happy? And think of, you know, if you stay, do you have a heavy heart? And if you, you know, think about leaving, your instant reaction, do you get like that breath of fresh air? Do you get, you know, or vice versa? If you leave or set those boundaries, how are you feeling? Like, do you feel heavy? Do you feel, is there negativity around you? It's time to really, really step into your heart and looking for what your heart is needing in your soul, and really looking at the truth, because you can tell yourself all you want that, say, for instance, it's time to go. You can tell yourself that you can't survive. You can tell yourself that you can't do this or that if you leave, or change the situation. And yeah, it's time to really look at the truth instead of convincing yourself something is the truth. Okay, there we go. Okay, tune into the rhythm of life. Tune into who you are. Tune in back to your heart. And when we're tuning into the rhythm, it's like our heartbeat. It is life. It is our life force. And you know, the fire is so important in keeping your spark alive. And yeah, it's time to look at the rhythm of, staying. Does it keep you a healthy balance? Does it keep you, living authentically and in peace and grace? Or, if you go, is that going to stop you from having peace and grace? But it's all it's time to get out of your head. It's time to let go of what we think, the stories we tell ourselves that things won't be good enough, or you won't be able to do this or that, or if I set that boundary, I won't be able to have the relationship I used to have. But ultimately right now what's happening is you're not happy. You are not thriving in life. You don't have ease and grace every day. Okay, it's time to look at things differently. The path to love and happiness. So if this is relationship wise, it's time to, do things differently if you're going to stay, or it's time to let it go and do things differently. Because often, we look at things and we get the same result if we're doing the same things over and over, and we want a different outcome, but we're not getting a different outcome. We're not changing how things need to be. So if you stay, you have to know that something has to change. There's no compromising anymore. It's time for you to stand in who you are. And if that's to do with work or relationship or friendships, right? You have to set those boundaries. You have to let your boss know, this is not working for me. If you want to keep me, things have to change, or it's time for you just to change. I am a person, I'll never ever tell people what to leave a situation, because there's always things within what's happening that you can change, as well as we all have free will, and it's not up to me and the cards to say, you have to make this change, you have to leave, or you must stay, because it's just not how I read the cards. But there's definitely, if you do stay, something has to change. And if you're willing to not have those changes, it's time to move on and go to the next chapter and continue on in the fork in the road, or make that big bold step into a new direction. Okay. Few more cards here for pile number 1. What else does pile 1 need to know? Stay or go? Okay, right now you're playing it safe. Why are you playing it safe? Because of fear, right? Because you're scared that, if you just stay comfortable, maybe it will get better. Or, if you stay comfortable, I don't have to face my fears and get out of my comfort zone. So there's no spark if you're playing it safe all the time. It's time to, step into who you are and understand that, nothing beautiful can come out of anything unless we step into our fears, right? Back and forth. So you're back and forth. Should I go? Should I stay? You make a decision, and then all of a sudden you start processing and thinking, and then you say, oh, well, maybe not. What happens if I can't afford to leave my job? Or what happens if I can't afford to, I don't like using that word afford because it's all about our choices. But what happens if I don't feel I can survive without this person or this relationship or work? And it's time to really, really get out of your head and stop with the back and forth. Make a decision, and you know that anytime you make a decision, if you decide to stay, you can always change it later. If you decide to go, you can always change it, well, if circumstances allow, of course, right? But you can't have one foot in and one foot out and expect things to work out with ease and grace and happiness and joy in your life, in whatever it is that you're thinking about staying or going. And status quo, things just keep, everything's staying the same. Everything will stay the same if you don't make any changes, if you don't step into fear, if you don't find the truth. And yeah, it's things will just stay the same. And if you are in a space now where you can't handle the circumstance, then if you're not willing to change it, then status quo, you'll be still living the same life you are today in 1 year from now, or whenever that you've decided not to change the situation. And most definitely what I am getting from these cards are, if you stay, something has to change, and you're needing to set the boundary or stand up and have your voice, speak your truth. And if you decide to go, I'm seeing that if things are going to, you have to step into the fear, you have to step into your knowing, you have to step into, more of who you are, to allow for the outcome to be of positive beauty. So I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope you have a most beautiful day. Please like, share, and subscribe. I always love to have comments. It helps it reach out to more people, and that's a great energy exchange for this free reading. Have a most beautiful day. Welcome, pile 2. We will see what we have for your situation you are going through right now. Deep knowing. So what I'm getting is, if you're confused whether you should stay or go or set boundaries or whatever in the situation that you're in, I'm getting that you do know what is the right path. You do know deep inside, and it's time to really step out of your head, step out of overthinking, step out of, having to overthink things. And when we're overthinking things, we are in our ego, we are in a space where we can't move forward, because our mind only knows what we have come from and what we've gone through, and it cannot see into the future to things that we have maybe don't know could be so beautiful. And you do know what you need to do. It's either you stay and change either your thought process, or change setting boundaries, change, having that conversation with your boss, whatever it is. If that's the choice, you need to know that you have to do something to move you into a better direction in this situation that you're in. And I am not a person to say, you must leave, you must stay, because we all have free will and we can all change situations. It's what we do with the information that we have and how we deal with it. and what serves us now may not serve us in the future. So I have always been on the side where we can look into the situation of what needs to happen to make things work, or look into the situation of moving forward with what you know and what you can do. So it's time to take the leap. It's time to take the leap to move forward into a new situation is what I'm getting here. And you have a deep knowing. You do know what it is. And if you're staying, then it's time to take the leap into changing, into having that conversation with whoever it is, whether it's in your relationship or, you know, the friendship or work, right? It's time to really, really step into making the change. A change needs to happen. That is definitely for certain. So, and it's all up to you on what that change is and what you can bring with the change. Okay. No place like home and all that glitters. So you're really not following your heart. You're really not following what your soul is needed right now. And this change is going to bring you back to who you are. It's going to bring you peace. It's going to bring you it's going to just bring you back to who you are and your knowing and living in peace and ease in your life. And not all things, like we go in our mind and we say, you know, should I leave? Things, you know, are going to be better if I leave. Or if I stay, things, you convince yourself that things are going to get better, whichever the decision is that you make. But not all things are what they seem to be. So if you continue to tell yourself stories on, you know, I won't be able to afford, or I won't be able to have the money to do things if I quit my job, you know, things like that, not everything is the way you think it will be. So making a step to honor yourself if you stay, and having those tough conversations, or stepping into something new, things could be better than what you think. Not everything looks the way you think it's going to be. And just know that things could be better than what you could ever imagine. And you're in contemplation right now. So it's time now to release your control, release your mind, release what you think might happen if you stay, what you think might happen if you go, and honoring you. And it's time for you to really go within. This isn't about you thinking and processing over and over in your mind what should happen. This is about you going to your heart center. This is about you going and feeling what is right, rather than processing in your head and going out of, you know, out of your mind per se. But I'm also getting that you're trying to control the situation. And when we try and control the situation, it typically is not the outcome that we desire. And giving up the control, giving up what it is that you are, you know, thinking that should happen or an outcome should be, it's time for you to let go. It's time for you to really jump and trust, and instead of what if. And that's what's processing in your mind right now. Okay, belief, confidence, co-create power. So absolutely have trust and belief that, you know, you can change this situation. You can move forward, and know that you should have the confidence in yourself and who you are and what you feel you desire from a space that is not, you know, overthinking, from a space that's not from ego. It's time to know that you do have what it takes to be successful. If it's leaving your job, you do have what it takes to find a new person, a new relationship. You do have what it takes to, you know, find new friends or build those boundaries within the friendships that you have. And you do have that strength. You do. And you are on the right path. I'm getting you're on the right path in moving forward. So go back to, you know, your dreams. So are you giving up your dreams for, you know, and peace for this job that you're in? Are you giving up your dreams and settling in this relationship? Are you giving up your dreams in moving forward and doing the things that you love with your friendships? And it's time to, you know, dream again. It's time to go to that space where, if I stay in my job, can I have and get to my dreams that I'm desiring? If I stay in the relationship, am I going to be able to fulfill my dreams? So it's time to get to that space again where you really, really need to go back to the things that you love, that is going to make a difference in your life, rather than settling where you're at. If you want to stay where you're at, if you decide to stay where you're at, you need to change something within the relationships that are around you and step into that, and allowing for your dreams to take flight again, because they're not going to happen unless you change the situation. And acceptance. So where in your life, in the situation that you're in, are you just accepting things the way they are? Are you just accepting like things are just, you know, I have a terrible job I don't like? Are you just accepting that and that's the end of, you know, that's it for you, I'm just going to keep plugging away for the rest of my life? Have you accepted that? Or are you, you know, going to step into changing your job, or changing the situation that it is that you don't love about your job, and having those tough conversations with your boss, or moving forward and not accepting things to be the way they are for the rest of your life? Because then you're settling again, right? This reading is about not settling and honoring you, and going back to yourself in what you need in everyday life for living. Okay, flames of desire. Let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. So it's time now to ignite your inner goddess is coming in, but ignite who you are. It's time for you to really stop settling, because you're distinguishing your flame, you're distinguishing who you are. And it's time for really to really go to your heart center and ignite yourself, ignite your dreams, ignite your beauty. Because if you're living everyday life just going ho hum, there's more to life. There's more. There's needs to be a change there. You need to go to that center and find out, you know, what it is, what you can change or seek outside of where you are right now. So right now you're just conforming. You're just, you know, you're a chameleon. Oh, okay, well, I need to be happy today for my job. Okay, I'll be happy. I need to be happy today for my relationship. Okay, I'll be happy. So where does that lead you? Where does that lead you in a year from now? Still unhappy, right? So it's time to really seek something more, seek something, joy, seek, you know, who you are, more of stop being a chameleon and just settling. You're more worthy of just settling. You deserve more than just settling. So really take the leap and really look at what it is that you're scared of. Like, it, why are you not changing the situation? You have to really ask yourself, why are you not changing the situation? Are you just accepting it? And if you just want to accept it, that's okay. But then you can't keep going to the edge and saying, should I leave? Should I go? Should I, you can't keep processing. You have to make the leap. You have to make a choice. You either change the situation that you're in, or you leave and change it, right? Being in in and out does not serve you. It doesn't serve your heart, your soul. It doesn't serve anything, because you stay up. I'm getting a few of you are staying up late at night processing and processing and processing. What if okay, I made the decision, and then you get up in the morning and you go, oh well, what about this? And then you keep processing, and it's stealing your life away. It's stealing one day at a time. And it's time to stop being a chameleon and just conforming to everyday life. You deserve to be happy. So trust your intuition. It's time to really, really trust it. And when we follow our heart rather than our head, it's much easier to manifest. It's so much easier to manifest what you dream, right? Go back to your dreams and start manifesting. If you feel that you can't leave that job, then start asking for the right one to present itself to you. And you'll be surprised that what will come. And or you'll be pushed out of the job that you want right now, and then a better one can come along. That's kind of how the universe works. But it's time. You can definitely manifest if it's the man of your dreams, and you're like, your intuition is saying, you know what, I just can't be happy here. Manifest what you want to come along, but don't conform to anyone or anything, because then you're not going to be back home in your heart and living your soul-filled life. And I'm getting, there's somewhere in your life you yourself are going to transform. But I'm getting fear. Like, what are you scared of? Like, what are you scared of changing? Why are you scared of this transformation? It's the unknown. I get that. But sometimes stepping out of our fears allows us to step into something bigger and better, and for a more beautiful, more beautiful outcome. So yeah, it's there's going to be some change coming, and I'm getting that you are going to be I'm really getting it's time to go, but I'm not a person to tell you, go and then it doesn't work out the way you desire, because things happen for us to learn lessons. But it's definitely time to change you and the situation. So this card I'm going to read out of the book. It's number 6. And let's see what it says. This deck doesn't come out very often, but it came out today. Advancements. This is a time of change for you in the physical realm, and it may involve making some big decisions, whatever it pertains to: changing jobs, making a career choice, beginning or ending a relationship, or moving to a new home. You have some choices you need to make. Trust yourself to make the right choice. Your guides are working with you to help you gain clarity and to move forward in your life. Stay true to yourself and follow your heart's calling. These changes are definitely for the better, both physically and spiritually. Well, that's confirmation, absolutely, on everything that this reading has been about. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and please like, share, and subscribe. Commenting and liking absolutely is a great energy exchange for this reading that you just received. I would love that, and please share if you know someone that this can help. I hope you have the most beautiful day. Much love and light. Welcome, pile 3. See what you need to know about Time to stay or time to go with the situation that you are in, whether it's relationship, friendship, or work. Between worlds. So right now you keep wavering, you keep going. Should I stay? Should I go? What if this? What if that? It's you're transforming into what's coming next. And it's time to just keep going. It's not time to keep going back and forth. It's time to move forward in your decision that you're taking. And time is of essence for you. It's if you decide to stay in this job or go, if it's to do with a job, if you're staying and you know in your heart that you need to move forward, you're wasting time. Time is energy, but it's like you're just settling. I don't know if settling is the right word, but you're not using time in your favor, and you're just biding time till you need to get on to the next level or the next situation, or changing the situation that you're in. I will never tell people to, from the cards, I will never tell people, or even personally, you should do this or you should do that. Ultimately, we can change a situation with what we do or what we say, or we can change by moving on and changing it completely. So what works today may not work tomorrow. And yeah, I will never ever say it's time to go, because we all have our own choice in what we do, and we can create our future with all that we do. Oh, sorry. Okay, pile 3. There we go. Yeah, it's time to really take a look at things. Really sit back and be within. It's time to be within. It's instead of rushing to make that decision, really think about it. Think about what you are going to do, whether it's setting boundaries, new friendships, leave a friendship, leave work, stay at work, the relationship. But I'm also getting really in this space, it's time for you to decide for you. I'm getting that you're looking outward. You're looking for answers outside of yourself rather than going within. And often when we're asking other people what we should do, it's not necessarily going to serve ourselves in the best way for the outcome we need, because they don't live our life. They only see things from their own experiences. And it's now time for you to really look at what you need, not what someone else thinks that you need. Okay. So preparing relocation and ascension. So I'm getting that there's definitely a change. I'm getting a new relationship or a new job or friendships. I'm getting that you are leveling up. And I don't mean that in a way that you're better than anyone else, but it's time for you to really step into who you are in moving forward, whether that is standing in your power and standing up to, say, if it's work, and saying no more, I need a change, or whatever it is, or standing in and saying I need to things need to change in my relationship for it to be reignited, or it's time for me to move on in the relationship, but there's definitely some higher learning for you in this situation, and for you to have some growth. These are lessons that you're going through right now, to help you grow, to help you get to the next level. And it's never woe is me. There's always lessons in the things we go through, the people we are around, or positions and jobs or whatever. There's always something to learn. We go through it to get the learning and to get to the next phase or the next journey in our life, going forward. Okay, so adventures. So there's going to be some new adventures, some new ways to look at things, and you have the key. You have the key to go to the next level. So never feel that you don't have, the skills, that you don't have, enough money, that you don't have, you don't know the right people or have the right friends, or, or I will never find another partner. You do have it. You do have everything within yourself to go to the next level. And I'm getting fun in the next level. There's going to be, it's not so serious. It's not, you're going to have more joy if it's moving on into another position or relationship or whatever it is that you're going through, or if you stay and have that conversation and have those tough conversations with your relationship, or whatever it is, things will change. But if you're not willing to have the conversations, nothing is going to change. But you do have the key to a brighter future. You do have the key, so just remember that. Okay, balance. So are you seeing both sides of the situation? So there's polarity. So with everything, there is polarity. We live in a life of polarity. There's dark and there's light. There's wrong and there's right. There's no wrong and no right, in my opinion. But things are done in certain ways. But what I'm getting with this is there's, with the polarity, you need to see both sides. You need to see, if it's to do with your relationship, you need to see the other person's side, and know that, it's okay, and you don't have to agree on whatever it is, but you need to see both sides, and you can still have your own thought process. You can still have your own guidance, whether it's feels right or wrong for the other person. That really doesn't matter. It's as long as you're following your own journey, your own path, and listening to yourself, not to other people in what you should do. When we ask other people what we should do, we are giving up our own power. We're giving up our own intuitive knowing to allow someone else to try and make it right for us. And if you're doing that, you're totally giving up your power. It's time to stand in your own knowing and trusting it and believing it, and giving yourself the pat on the back you deserve, because you do know. Okay, this next deck is not coming a card. So what does pile 3 need to know in regards to staying or going? Okay, follow your vision. So what is your vision? What is you truly desire in life? Do you desire, to have the best relationship of love and light? And why are you not getting it? So you're not following your vision. You're not, you're settling, or you are allowing someone to take your power away. This is what I'm getting for this pile. that just came in is your power. You are allowing other people to control you. You are allowing other people to not allow you to have a say. You're allowing other people to, okay, why this is coming in, narcissism is coming in. I don't know if some of you have narcissistic relationships. That could be with your friends, it could be with your partner, it could be with work. There's a lot of narcissistic relationships with work as well. So I am getting that someone is saying the right things, but never ever, allowing you to be you and allowing you to make a decision for yourself. And it's time for you to really, really, what do you want? What do you see yourself? Who do you see yourself with in the future? And who are you surrounded with? Are you surrounded with your tribe, your pack, or are you, alone and unhappy because you've made choices and you can't see both sides, right? And yeah, it's time to really stand in your power and know what you want. And when you make a decision of what you truly want and the happiness you deserve, then you can allow yourself to move into that direction in your choices that you make every day. Okay, so I'm seeing new relationship, whether that's new relationship with people at work or a new relationship in a relationship. But yeah, I'm seeing that it's time to really, really, start moving forward. It's your transformation, you're transforming, and it's time to really move forward. And when we stay in places, we if we're waiting too long to make a choice, we might miss something that could be meant for us on our path. And I know that what's meant for us will always come, but then it may take longer for it to come around again. So I'm getting that it's time to really step forward into, if it is a new relationship, it's time to move forward into, doing that. And I will never say, to go, but the cards are showing that there's definitely new relationships unless you stay and it's rekindled. And that could be the case here too. That it'll be like, you decide to have those conversations and then you decide to stay and you have a whole new relationship, which could be very well with these cards. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. This card came up in the last pile too. I'll read it for you. Advancements. This is time of change for you in the physical realm, and it may involve making some big decisions, whether it pertains to changing jobs, making a career choice, beginning or ending a relationship, or moving to a new home. You have some choices you need to make. Trust yourself to make the right choice. Your guides are working with you to help you gain clarity and to move forward in life. Stay true to yourself and follow your heart's calling. These changes are definitely for the better, both physically and spiritually. So that's confirmation. It's time to really make some choices of change. If we're not working at moving forward with change, then we just stay in a stagnant life, and time will go by and we'll say, what happened in the last year? I'm in the same space I was a year ago. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please comment or like, and it helps spread the word for my YouTube channel. And also it's a great energy exchange for this reading. I hope you have a most beautiful day. Much love and light. Thank you.